Hello, my name is Wayne Gates. I'm the managing editor for Champion Media, and I have developed this training for you to have you understand why we are now worrying about where we put our content that we generate, as well as generating it in a logical way that makes it more relevant to the readers and maintains our brand awareness and our affinity in which our product is held by the viewing and watching public. So normally, a few years ago, this print product was all we had to worry about. Collect the stories, put them in the paper, lay them out in such a way that would be interesting and attractive to the reader, and then do it again the next day. However, in the past 20 years or so, the advent of digital technology has led the generators of content, it used to be called news, but now it's called content, the generators of content in the digital platforms to not only worry about generating their content in a way that was palatable and interesting and relevant to the viewers, but where to market that content, which audiences to appeal to, and how to maintain and grow those audiences to continue to generate revenue in a rapidly changing environment as far as audience interest grows. So right now, we are assuming that we are talking to two almost distinct and separate audiences when we talk about putting something in our print platform versus our digital platform. We feel like the vast majority of consumers of our news product under the age of 40 are overwhelmingly digital customers. They're looking at news on their cell phones, they're on social media. They very rarely, if ever, buy or even pick up a print newspaper. Conversely, those 60 and over probably are using the print product almost exclusively. Some of them may have cell phones. Social media is beginning to penetrate into the 65 and older crowd, but we are assuming that most of our product consumed by people who are 60 and older are doing that in print. And then we have the people in their 40s and 50s, depending on whether or not they have been early adopters of technology or whether they continue to look at the print product. Then we can see how they consume their media is kind of a bridge between the two. But we need to develop a strategy not only today, but for 10 and 20 years in the future as the slice of the digital pie continues to grow and the physical product continues to shrink. So when we talk about how to market a news story, I know that some of the journalistic purists out there are somewhat reluctant to even consider this prospect because they view their content as generated for the reader without the consideration of who is seeing it or who is buying the product. But that is a luxury of the past. With the explosion of products, especially in the digital atmosphere, people are consuming news in different places and in different ways. Social media did not exist 15 or 20 years ago, nor did all of these news websites where people are going for news, whether it is local, national, or regional. Bloggers are seen as legitimate news content generators, whereas they were not 10 or 15 years ago. So how and where we present the content is just as important as generating the content itself. So how do we generate our content? Well, since we are the only news product in the county, we have three factors that are present with the content that we generate. First is its exclusivity. If we are the only ones in the area, then we are able to control how and where this product is generated. So we can decide when and where to market the product in a more relaxed atmosphere. The timeliness of the product is also a consideration. If we are the only ones, again, that have access to the content, we can control when it's released. However, if it is a larger news story and is already available in the Cincinnati regional market, then we must get that product to our readers as quickly as possible. And in this case, we take advantage of the timeliness of the digital space on our website. We can put things on the digital web space immediately, and we also have no limitation on the amount of content that we can generate. We can only publish 1 or 2 pictures, for example, but we can put an unlimited number of pictures online, and that's where we end up with the concept of cross-promotion, where we can put in print the fact that more pictures are available online, and we can publish a summary of the story online and say that more details are available in print, on sale now. So we use both platforms to support each other. So knowing how we present this product, again, is just as important as generating the product itself. For example, if we have a story or a series of stories on senior health, then obviously those would premiere or appear first in the print product and could be teased and referred to online. Conversely, if we have product on how to keep your kids safe from online predators, obviously people that are online would be more interested in that. However, that is a universal topic that could be also put in print and then again teased to both platforms. Finally, a word about social media itself. We have Facebook pages for both newspapers, the Brown County Press and the News Democrat. However, we don't want to give away the store on social media, because we have seen through our use of social media that we get organic shares from people, A, when the story is important and relevant to them, and B, when it is actually news to them. If they have not heard the information before, that is the key to having them share it organically and expose it to more people. And if we put a teaser 1 or 2 sentences on the Facebook page, such as, a big news story has happened, details are available at www.browncountypress.com, that will cause the readers to click on or click through to that website. And one example last week was a similar story was put online and resulted in 1,200 additional visits to our website. So if the print product is relevant, timely, and exclusive, that is the key to having interest in that product both online and in print. I would like you to apply these tasks or these ideas yourself in an exercise that I have for you offline, whereas I'd like you to analyze news stories from our archives and tell me where you feel like they should appear first, how they should be presented to the public, how they could be modified to appeal to a larger print or a larger digital audience. And finally, I'd like to encourage you to continue your good work to give us and the readers the product that they're looking for and continue to be a relevant part of their lives as they consume media in this new digital and print age.